Hello and welcome to Pandora FMS. In today's video, we'll talk about the agent auto-configuration system. This is a feature that allows you to preset certain settings or parameters that you may want to be applied to your agents automatically, letting them go previously through a filter determined by auto-configuration rules, so that each rule will apply a different configuration to each agent based on the criteria defined in the filter. It should be mentioned that this is an existing feature in previous versions, and that since version 7.64 its operation has improved. It used to only allow auto-configuration to be applied to new agents. Rules were only evaluated at the time an agent was first created. But from Pandora FMS version 7.64, it is also possible to create a scheduled auto-configuration rules, so that both new and existing agents can receive such auto-configuration. This feature can be configured both in centralized meta-console environments and in independent nodes. To access rules creation for auto-configuration in the meta-console, go to Centralized Management, Agent Auto-Configuration. In this type of environment, it must be done from the meta-console. The configuration will be automatically replicated to the rest of the nodes, where you will have the possibility to enable or disable rules at module level, offering higher versatility, but they can only be edited from the meta-console. If you wish to create rules in a separate node, go to Settings, Manage Auto-Configuration. At this point, the creation process is the same in both the meta-console and the console. For the sake of this video, we will configure our rules directly in a separate node that we already prepared. To begin with, click on Add a new configuration definition. In the first fields that you see, you may indicate the name the configuration will receive, its description and its type, being start the configuration that will be applied to the new agents registered, and schedule to evaluate these rules in the periods defined for the existing agents. If you choose a schedule, the time configurator will appear, where to indicate the periodicity, which could be daily, weekly, or monthly. If you choose daily, indicate the execution time. By choosing weekly, you may select the days of the week and indicate the execution time. And if you choose monthly, you may choose a single day of the month and the time of execution. In this case, we will choose a start, so that it is applied when generating a new agent, and once the fields have been filled in, click on Create. 3 drop-downs will appear: Rules, Agent Auto-Configuration, and Extra Actions. In Rules, you may indicate the filter or filters with the configuration that you wish the agents to have, so that they apply the auto-configuration that will be indicated later. In the Method drop-down, you will have a list from which you may choose the information to take into account for the filter: service name, group name, OS, alias, custom field, IP range, and script output. In all options, you will have the operation field with the OR and AND options. This is useful if you want the filter to have several options, either to match all or at least one of them. For example, specifying an IP address rule and a group name rule using OR in both, so if only a condition is met, the auto-configuration would be applied. In this case, we'll create the rules just as I mentioned. The next step is to fill in the desired fields in the Agent Auto-Configuration section. In New Group, you may indicate the new main group where you want the agent to belong to. In Child Groups, add the groups that you want to be part of the list of the agent's child groups. In the Policy drop-down, choose the policies you want to be applied, for example, Basic Linux Monitoring and Basic Remote Checks. In Extra Configuration block, type in the content you want to add to the agent configuration file just as you write it. You must have an agent with remote configuration enabled to be able to type in the extra configuration. Finally, in Extra Actions, select the following options: Launch Custom Event, Launch Alert Action, Launch a Script. In this case, we will choose the option to launch a custom event. In event name, indicate the name the event will receive. You may type in agent autoconfig to differentiate it later. In priority, indicate the priority level this event will have in the list of events. You may indicate informative so that it appears in blue. Once done, you will have configured this definition of agent autoconfiguration. Just wait for a new agent to appear in the console to verify that the changes have been applied correctly. If you want to make a schedule configuration, the process is exactly the same. The only thing that will change will be that it will run at the established intervals. Proceed to create a new agent, in this case a software agent, and we will verify that the auto configuration is applied correctly. To that end, go to section Events, View Events, and you will see how agent creation events and the custom event appear. If you go to the agent configuration, you may see how it has a secondary group firewalls, as we indicated in the secondary group section in the agent auto configuration rules. You may also see the existence of the modules created from the assigned policies, apart from the modules that are created by default with the agent. And that was it for today's video. Don't forget it, if you liked the video, smile, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe. Any suggestions, questions, or ideas, please leave them in the comments below. Remember that if you're interested in trying Pandora FMS Enterprise, you may contact us to get a free 30-day trial. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope to see you on social media and in future learning videos.